Another topic, Zillow price reductions. I've heard you guys talk about this a little bit in kind of some of the team meetings. We're just hearing it from people. What's your take? What's the word on the street with price reductions?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when it comes to pricing out the homes, especially lately where we've been seeing an increase in price reductions, homes staying on the market, total days on market going up a little bit, sellers have to keep in mind that they have to focus on what the list price were for the comps, because maybe the sales price is up $25,000 in the neighborhood, but it's because they started here, and that's how they got there. So they just have to keep in mind, like, you can't just go at the top and then it's not going to have the flurry of offers to make that threshold.
All right. Any other thoughts?
My thoughts with this is when my buyers go and look on Zillow and they see these sales price coming down, they are confusing that also with home values are coming down. And those are not the same things. Because I tell them, this data is built off of stuff that was going for crazy amounts over 3 months ago, 4 months ago. The homeowners still think that they can sell it for this much over, and in this market, that's not happening. So they see these decreases happening on Zillow, and they think these homes aren't worth it anymore. But everything we're seeing shows that home appreciation is still going to be 10% this year.
The buyer disconnect is the same thing as the
not
realtor
the same.
disconnect. Realtors a lot of the times are still thinking, well, I can just throw a price up there and see what sticks and get 10% over.
And used to be able to
So
do
they're
that.
overpricing it now. The market already shifted, but they're not being as nimble as I think that we are, and the people that we're talking to are. So like, if you price the house right, it's not going to sit, and it might increase in value, for a list price.
Did you say you just had 30 offers or something on a house?
Yeah, so I had a buyer we showed this past weekend, and she submitted an offer on a house that had received 34 offers, and I believe that probably went $75,000 over list price.
That's crazy.
Sold over the weekend, and so it was real quick. However, the neighbor across the street, and I know exactly where they got their pricing, and this is what I was talking about. The neighbor across the street sold for $475, so that's where they got their list price, and it went up. But if you try to push that pricing, you're not going to get 34 offers.
What was that house across the street originally priced at?
It's a good question. I forgot.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what that was.
Yeah, I mean, but touch on Ofer's point too, though. I mean, I think the world, the consumer thinks that, and unfortunately, this is just not the case in our industry, that the real estate professional is truly a professional. And I'm just going to put it out there. Most of them aren't.
Well, it's because the barrier to entry is so low.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be real. I mean, if you don't know a realtor or don't have friends that are realtors, like, you don't have any friends, right? I mean, it's a super common, hey, I'm going to get this as my side hustle. And what I have learned, and I guess I'm just so naive that I didn't think that was the case, but agents just do whatever their sellers tell them and pull a number out of a hat. And there's not data driving it. There's not guidance given. And so I think a lot of it, what you were saying earlier, is like it's not necessarily a price issue. It's an agent issue too, right? I mean, if you're not working with a strong agent that understands what's going on in a market that's moving right now, you're doing yourself a disservice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the price reductions are coming from, you put a house in the market, you could have priced it correctly to start with, you're getting, a solid offer, you maybe could have even gotten multiple offers, but buyers are getting cold feet. Whether it's truly cold feet, their life plans are changing, or they got to move by an inspection report.
Interest rates.
But they're terminating, and now sellers are like, okay, well now I have to refresh my listing. Going and putting it back on the market as active may not necessarily be good enough. So they're just, they're doing a $5,000, a $25,000, whatever price reduction just to get it to pop back up again to show to other buyers like, hey, look, we are serious sellers. Like, we do want to sell.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Especially if you need a place to go and they want like 30 or 60 days. Yeah. That's pretty pivotal to have a part of their contract. But if you push pricing, the less leverage you'll have, so you more than likely might not get that perk as a seller.
Cool.
Great.